motor units.
If you know what one motor unit looks like and what all motor units looks like, you can normalize one to the other and make an estimation of how many there are. And
this is interesting. Okay. We'll react to this.
What we found. As expected, the young people had the greatest muscle mass, and there was no difference between the old and the master athletes. So the lifelong exercise does not preserve muscle volume, muscle size.
Well, there you go. Lifelong lifting doesn't preserve muscle size or muscle unit, muscle size. Why are you all lifting out there? See what I mean? Lifelong lifting, but he didn't say anything about muscle damage. Like, I mean, I'm talking about activating the satellite cell to build new muscle cells and muscle fibers. But okay, I don't know about exercise. Exercise itself, adapted, is not going to preserve your muscles. But okay, but if you do eccentric and you damage muscles, you can increase these muscle cells and create nascent muscle fibers. So that's different. He didn't mention that in the video. That's a difference about muscle. Muscle is regenerative, but the motor units, they're not regenerative. Here's the difference. Motor units supposedly are not regenerative. Okay, you can't get more of them or whatever. But muscle is regenerative, but exercise does not regenerate if you're adapted. But eccentrics will regenerate muscle. So can you do that lifelong? Yeah, pretty much. But okay, but whatever.
Number, as we would expect, and there's no difference between the old and the master athletes. And this is true regardless of what method we use, whether it's the intramuscular, where we normalize the muscle size, or the more traditional method. They both show the same thing.
Right. He's talking about motor units. Whether you increase the size or not, the motor units in the master athlete and the old person, I mean, of course, the guy in the video, what's his name? I Am Longevity is going to say it's the, whatever, it's this couch potato, but it's regular people, dude. He's going to refer to you as being a couch potato. That's bullshit.
In VL, there is no difference between the master athletes and the old in relation to motor unit number. So the idea that this lifelong exercise may offer some protection against neuromuscular decline is appealing, but from what we can see here, it's just not the case.
See?
Pure nonsense.
He gets upset.
Mr. Piasecki, why don't you test me? Why don't you compare me to send this every 61-year-olds? And let's see the difference. This is absurd. I don't believe that you got on the stage and made such a ridiculous claim. First of all,
he didn't make a claim. They did a study, you asshole. Making a claim and making a study are two different things. He didn't make a claim. If he made a claim, it would just be fake. Wow, this guy's really out to lunch, bro. Whatever. I've done this video before. I'm just doing it again because it's funny listening to him.
Common sense. It's common sense. If somebody sits on their butt their whole life, drinks, smokes, gets sloppy, gets fat, and then you compare him to a person that's been working out his entire life, they're going to have the same amount of motor units.
Yeah. They're going to have the same amount of motor units. That's right. What you did was you activate the motor units when you exercise and do stuff. That's what you're doing. You're exercising, so you're just activating. So it's just sharing. You're sharing them, but you have the same amount of motor units. If you don't understand how they work, I think you need to look up and read science. I know. You made a scientific report, right? And it was published. Okay. So then you must know.
How come they're not moving the same speed? Why you don't
They don't have to move at the same speed, dummy. The motor units are the same.
Explain that part, because that part you forgot to measure. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
You're just stupid. You're exercising yourself, and now you're upset because you've aged yourself and you look 95 years old. You've wasted your entire life exercising like some asshole. And now you're looking in the mirror and you're freaking out because, like, I've exercised my whole life thinking that I'm preserving these motor units or something or whatever, which is just dumb. Whatever, man. This guy has aged himself, 95 years old at 60. Good luck. And he'll probably look like 100 in the next 5 years. So there you go. This is the lessons that you learn in life. Stop accelerated aging. Stop exercising. Stop wasting your time. Go live your life, man. This is dumb. See you in the next one. Ciao.